Hey there, I'm Chris.
And I'm Danielle. Welcome to Vacation Rentals on Wheels. We thought we would put together a quick video that would show you the setup and takedown to make your vacation as easy and enjoyable as possible.
So it's electronic leveling, so if you're not in a spot that's very level, what you need to do is you need to have the engine started. And we need to have the emergency brake on, so that's down beside the brake pedal, same as your vehicle. There's an emergency brake there. That down and it says brake on. To release the emergency brake, just so you know, it is above it, underneath. There's a lever there, very small lever. You just pull it and it releases it, same as in your car. So at the jacks, it's over here in the driver's side cockpit. You see the on-off switch. Most importantly, you want to turn it on. This will not turn on without the emergency brake on. Once it is on, basically what you want to do, it's solid. All you want to do is push auto. This will basically level the whole unit on its own without you having to play with it. So we hit auto. At this point in time, sit and wait. The wild part is it's going to feel like you're unlevel because you've been riding unlevel and all that kind of stuff. Now it's level. You see there is no lights in here at all. That means that we are completely level. At that point in time, you can basically turn that off and you can turn the engine off. So basically you can see it's all pulled in and right near the electrical and the water, and then also right near the sewer. When you're hooking up your sewer, you can see the two levers right there. I'll show you after how we end up doing that as well. That's right where your sewer goes for the main. Electrical wires in here. This is your main electrical. If you're running off a generator, the electrical needs to be plugged into there, which is your great big plug, which you can see here at that. So if you have no electricity, you're running off generator, that has to be plugged in right up there. And then in the back here is your rear washroom stuff. In back here is kept as the hose, which we'll pull out, and also all the cable and whatnot like that. All right, we'll check back on the next one. So now that everything's out, you can see we got the hose. This site has cable. There's our flow for our tubes of our sewage. And there's the connector that you'll see in, and there's where it all goes. But this is pretty much a good spot on how you want to set up on how far away everything is. Okay, so we've run the hose up through here. This right here was basically connected into there, so we just take that off. We had to make sure this lever was pushed in. And then what we do is we take this end, put it on, and just basically turn it until it clicks in. And that's pretty much it. So that is your back bathroom all hooked up. So now you can see that's all hooked up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the main bathroom, and we're just going to basically unscrew this, bring this up. Bring this right here up. We want to make sure that these two levers are pushed in, because that's to make sure the valves are closed. And then this, we just want to basically twist this off. Pretty straightforward. You can see, take that off like that. And then this right here goes right on, and the same thing, it clicks in. So as you can see that, and it runs through the hole. And then there you are. So you have your two mains hooked up. So now that they're hooked up, what we're going to do is we're going to get the Y connector. We want to connect the Y to this so that way we have one flow into the sewage septic. So I'll go in with that. And this one will go in with that. And make sure your other end is facing the sewage connector, which is right here in this case. Okay, so here it's all set up. We got a nice flow from the front to the back. You can see how the Y is hooked up. And then that flows right into here. And then what I'll show you is hooking up the Y right to basically the septic. I'll pull this off. This tube goes in there like that. And then basically all we want to do is just connect this. We now have hookup of our sewer. Okay, so now we're going to hook up the electrical. Here's our box. This one's a 50 amp. So we don't need any of our connectors, which we'll show you connectors pictures in the book. But right here, what we want to do is we want to take this wire, I already took out the hole in the bottom, which is just basically a little screw through. And we want to take this, and we want to feed it through the hole so there's enough coming out over to there. Basically wire it through, and then we'll take this and we'll plug it into our 50 amp breaker, which is right here, and we now officially have power. Okay, what you have here is a bunch of dog bones. Basically what they are is if you don't have a 50 amp breaker, if you only have a 30 or a 15, these will go into it. So for example, this one right here is a 50 to a 30. So you plug it into the 50 and then it comes out as a 30. So you need these at any given time if you're not running on a 50 amp. This is our water filter. So this will basically filter all the water that's coming out. So we're just pretty straightforward, tie that one up there. And then what we'll do is we'll take the other end and we will take it on over into the piece that has the water that comes out of it. And this way I like to run it all underneath, so that way nothing is all affected. And then over here we also have a opening for the water to come up. So that way this piece can close. You have 3 different outlets for water. City water connection, pretty straightforward. That's the water we're going to run here because we're going to run for the weekend. If you're filling up and going just basically without any water and you want to water in your RV, that's your portable water. And then at the end of the weekend you're going to use your flush water. So this is to flush out all your tanks. We're going to turn the water on to make sure that there's no leakage. Pretty straightforward. You can see it's going through and there's absolutely no leak. You'll see in the book that we've written as well that there is an outdoor shower. While you're here, it doesn't hurt, just turn on cold water. Pretty straightforward, we got water, which is good. If there is any mess in here from opening up the pipes, what I like to do is just basically take this and just clean out any water, any dirty messes that you might have in there, pretty straightforward. But in this case, we didn't have any, so we don't have to worry about that. Cable, sewage all hooked up, all is connected here. Electrical 50 amp is hooked up, and also your back washroom sewer is hooked up as well. That's it. Here is not everything all hooked up. As I've told you before, your levers, your right side is your black, your left side is your gray. These are always closed at all times. The only time you open up is whenever you're gonna empty it. So right now we're gonna empty it. So it's pretty straightforward. We're gonna open up the left. We can see this now going. We make sure we got no leaks. And then we'll run the gray. We can hear it open up here. And there we go, we let that go. So at this point in time, as we start, we're going to be completely empty. We've been using this for about a week at home, so we have some black and gray water in there. And whenever it's all done, you'll be able to hear it stop flowing. So now that it's almost done, I can hear it stopped in here. I'm going to close my black off. The gray will clean out the tank. And then I'm going to close it off. They're in place. We are now set to go for the weekend for camping. Okay, so now you can see that we are set up. You got about an arm's width apart, at least for your setup. So what we're going to do is put slides out. So you can see there's nothing out there. We're safe there. And there's nothing on this side. We're safe there. So you got lots of room. So we're gonna put our slides out and our awning out. Okay, so now that we're inside, we're gonna take care of our main slides and our bedroom slide and also the awning. This is actually the easiest part, and once you have this done, you know you're ready to camp. So basically, as you can see, it's labeled here, bedroom in the main room. So we only have 2 slides in here. So pretty straightforward. You want to make sure that the engine is off at this point in time. And all you do, you already know you have room outside. So all you do to move your bedroom out first, we like to do that one first. So just basically hit out. And then what'll happen is the bed will start moving, which we're going to show you a quick picture of here. And then that's going out. Once that stops, you know that you are out all the way. It'll actually make a click, 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 click sound. So at that point in time, you know you're out all the way. And no, the dog doesn't come with this, and the dog will not help you do this, but she will get a little spooked out by it. Just show you here for the next time. And then we'll also and then we've already got most of the main slide out, but we're going to show you how it works. So this is the main room. You got to make sure you got lots of your room. So all you do is hit the out button and you hold it, which I'm going to do here. But we want to show you that the slide is going to go drop into the floor, and whenever it stops, you know you're done. So you want to show it on the floor there. It's going out, and you'll see here it's going to drop into the floor. So that way you know it is level as well. As you can see, that goes down, and then you're pretty much all done there. Once again, on this, make sure that you have lots of room between the driver's seat and the wall, because you cannot have those touching at all. So last but not least is the awning, which is right up in the main power outlet as well. So you just basically hit the out button. Remember, you're responsible for the awning, so do not use it in wind at all. So we got it going out here. So what you're going to see is it going out, and it's almost done here. I'll move the screen door so you can see it more clear. And then basically at the end of it, you're going to see, once you can see the steel bar and that flat drop down, you know it's out as far as it can go. You'll see how it tightens up and lowers. You want to watch it for the rain, and you want to keep it tight at all times and keep that flap going straight down. Don't go too far because you will break it. So there's a lot of information we're going to do here. So we're putting the slides in. So all you do, pretty straightforward, is make sure you have nothing at the end of the bed or in the way of the slides coming in, because you will damage them, and that's a very costly bill. So all you do is make sure they're all clear at the bottom, push in, and you'll see that comes in, and you'll hear it click whenever it's done. You see the bed going in, it's going to click. So you know that's done. And then we have the main room. We're going to bring it in as well. I've already got most of the way in. And you'll see it comes in. Whenever it comes to a stop, it's going to level itself out from the top because it was out. So it'll stop, make sure there's nothing in the way. Pretty straightforward. And then after these are all in, you're going to basically come up here and you're going to do your jacks. So you have everything in here. You got lots of room in behind the seat, as you see that. Engine has to be on. Pretty straightforward. We already have our emergency brake on. As we see the lights are going there, we want to turn this on. And all we do is basically hit retract all jacks, and you're going to feel the movement we're going through here. And you'll know once it's complete because it'll stop making all the noises. So now that you're all set up and hopefully you've had your dinner, you see one of these? Do I need to have to help you how to make one of these? Vacation Rentals on Wheels is the only way to go.